Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are talking all about the Overflow binder. This video is going to be from start to finish, all about the Overflow binder. Everything you need to know, questions answered. I pulled some questions from previous videos. I try to get as many as I can. It's going to be a very talkative video, a very lengthy video. I'm going to try to make it as short as possible, but you know, grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a coffee, do what you gotta do. It's gonna be a lot of talking. So if you do not like my voice, I am so sorry. Anyway, so I have some notes here on the side. So it's gonna be a lot of editing in this video because I'm trying to hit all my points that I'm trying to make. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started and we're rolling with it. I didn't practice like I normally do, guys. I normally practice, if I'm honest, because I get kind of nervous, but I didn't practice this time. So bear with me. Let's get this going. This is the Overflow binder, also known as the hamburger. So this is the A6 Overflow. I also do have an A5 Overflow binder. We'll get into this a little bit later in the video. So what is an Overflow binder is our first question. So my Overflow binder it's basically like a portable bank. So I keep all my money in here. Anything that has to do with my binders, the money that's in my binders, goes into this binder here. So the binder separates the bills in the denominations they come in. So $1 bills, $5 bills, $10, $20, $50, and $100 bills. In the back of the Overflow binder are trackers. They look like this, so you can keep track of the amount that's in your binders. So I'll break this down going through the video. How do you use the Overflow binder? So the Overflow binder can be used for cash condensing, cash stuffing, just for, you know, storing your money. The way I use it are for those two main things, cash stuffing and cash condensing. So I made a mock-up binder. This is just like an example binder. There is fake money in here. There's not real money. I will give you guys, look at how perfect these bills look. It's all fake. See this copy? I made these envelopes up so I can show you how I cash condense using the Overflow binder, starting from absolute scratch. So we're gonna pull this out. These are my cash inserts. So we're gonna cash condense today, and I'm gonna show you guys how to use this from scratch. Like let's say you just made one on your own, or you just purchased this from my shop, and now you're like, okay, now I'm ready to cash condense. How do we do this? So, and this is all, guys, without going to the bank. I haven't gone to the bank at all. It's literally 2 a.m. right now. We're not going to the bank, or is it midnight? I don't know what time it is. It's late, guys. We're not going to the bank. It's closed. They don't like us. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into our Overflow binder and take out our inserts. I'm sorry, our trackers. And then we're gonna put this to the side for right now, okay? So we're gonna start with our first envelope. So our first envelope is our family envelope. This is my fake low priority binder. So family has 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 524. So we're gonna condense this, okay? Put this here. So this is gonna be a $500 placeholder. So we're gonna move this over to our cash tray. Remember, all the money that we put here on the side is gonna go into the Overflow binder, okay? So we're gonna take a $500 insert. And again, these inserts are sold on my shop. You guys don't have to get it there. You can go on Etsy and just type in cash placeholders or cash inserts. They should have them there. You can make them yourself. I think maybe Amazon sells them, but these are just my versions. Again, you don't have to buy mine, but this is just, obviously it's all I have, so that's what I'm gonna show you with. So now we have 520, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 524. So again, the reason why we do this, and again, it's gonna be a lot of talking, I'm so sorry, is because we wanna have the least amount of bills in our envelopes as possible. It's to keep them healthy, so that way you don't rip your envelopes. So we're gonna put that in here. We're gonna go over to our tracker, which is this one here. We're gonna write on the binder section, it's gonna be low priority because this is our low priority binder. So low priority. And our first envelope is gonna be family. And we put $500 in that envelope. So now we know there's $500 in here and there's a placeholder in there. Next one is fun. Fun has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So we're gonna automatically switch that for 100. 10, 20, oops, I should have just kept a 20 with me. And $3. So now we have 100, 20, 1, 2, 3. And it's up to you guys. Again, I have $100 placeholders, right here. $100 placeholders. It's up to you guys. If you want to swap this 100 out for a placeholder, you just gotta write it on your tracker. If you wanna keep the 100 in there, again, up to you guys. How you cash condense your binder is how you want to do it. You don't have to do it my way. You can just do it the way you do it. I just put the 100 in there just because it feels kind of like the same thing. I usually just use a placeholder if it's over $100 or if I'm low on hundreds. So if I know I'm gonna need these hundreds later and I'm kind of like, oh, you know what? I don't want to put 100 in here. I'm gonna go ahead and use this $100 placeholder to save myself a $100 bill, if that makes sense. Because again, guys, we're not going to the bank here. So this is all the money we have. We haven't gone to the bank at all. So beauty has 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that. 5. So now beauty has 100, 5, 6, 7. That's fine. All right, so clothing has 100, 200, 300, and 5. So it has over $100, so I'm gonna use a placeholder. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna put that 50 in here. We're gonna grab a $300 placeholder, and now it has 305. Put that back in the envelope, and then we're gonna quickly write clothing on here and put that it has 300. Okay, that's what that looks like. On to the next. Holidays. 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 300. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 400. 10, 20. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna condense these 10s really quickly. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 2, 4, 6. And then 10, 15, oh, that can be condensed to 10, 15, 20. Cool. So now we have 2, 4, 6, 8. You can definitely put a 50 in here if you want to. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it like that. Okay. 100, 200, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 300, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 is 400. Literally, these bills are so slippery because they're, you know, they're fake. So they don't have the real grip like the real bills do. So we're putting a $400 placeholder. So now holidays has 480. And then we're gonna go to our tracker. The same thing as the other one. See how it's kind of repetitive. There we go. special occasions, 100, 200, 300. So this is where we stop. So put those in there. Grab a $300 placeholder. 10, 15, 16, 17. We can't really do anything with that. So now it has 318. I abbreviated it. You could do this however you want, guys. Gifts. 100, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. So this one has 300. We're gonna grab a $300 placeholder. All right, so we'll grab a $300 placeholder. There we go. We're gonna put that in here. Yes. And that is it, guys. So we're all done with our cash condensing. We're gonna close our binder, but see how much healthier the envelopes look. They're breathing because they don't have so many bills in them. So now what we do is we're gonna put our overflow binder back together. So going into the overflow binder, we're gonna put in our trackers in the back. And all you do from here is you're gonna separate your bills. So the hundreds obviously go in the hundreds, and so on and so forth. All right, so now that all of our money is put away, this goes somewhere safe. So what I see a lot of cash stuffers do, and full disclaimer, guys, I should have said this in the beginning, but full disclaimer is that this is how I do things. How anybody else does anything is the way, they can do it the way they want to do it. There's nothing wrong with how everybody else cash stuffs, how they condense, how they store their money, what they do with their money. This is just the way I do it, so I don't want this to come off as if, I'm saying how they're doing is wrong. That I know. How everyone does anything they do is completely up to them. This is just my version or what I do and how it helps me and what works for me. And if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, then great. So going back to what I was saying is, usually what I see cash stuffers do is they'll go into their binders and they put in their placeholders, right? But what they do with that money, instead of putting it into one of these, they use a placeholder that kind of looks like this. It looks like this. It says in the bank. And what they'll do is this money that's now in this binder, they'll deposit it in the bank. And that's completely fine. I'm just lazy as fuck and I don't want to go to the bank. I genuinely do not want to go to the bank. I make these because sometimes I do have like a savings account. Not sometimes, I'm sorry. I do have a savings account, and sometimes I do have an envelope that represents the money that's in the savings account. So I don't necessarily have to go on my phone all the time. So that's why I have these. But let's say like an emergency happens and I know this is low priority, but let's say so this envelope here is for family. I have this envelope because sometimes I like to take my mom for dinner or to take her to lunch or to coffee or whatever it is. And sometimes she be coming over unannounced, like, lady, why? So she comes over and I'm kind of like, oh my God, I don't have time to go to the bank. I don't need an extra stop, so I need that cash. And of course I can always use my debit card and use my buffer, but who wants to deal with that, right? Like, and then you have to put the money, you have to go to the bank regardless, because you have to pull the money out of the envelope and then go to the bank and deposit it. No, we're not doing all that. So My mom comes over and she's like, hey, mija, let's go get some coffee. And I'm kind of like, woman, I did not plan for you to come over, but it's okay. So I go into my envelope and I see, oh, look, we have $500, right? $500, that's now in our overflow binder. Go over to wherever you have it, the safe, you have it under the bed, you have it in a cabinet, wherever you have this stored, open it, and now you can take out this $500. So you become your own teller at that point. So how do you want your money? Do you want it in fives? Do you want it in tens? Do you want to pull out the whole $5, or you just want to pull out 100? What do you want to do? And whenever you pull it out, just remember, you have to go to your tracker and cross it out. And then, obviously you don't have that money there anymore. So that's kind of how that works. Or sometimes when you're actually going through your finances and you don't really want to pull out the binder, you can always go to your overflow binder and just see like, how much money do I have in this envelope, or how much money do I have in here? And you can always see kind of like what this money is. This is what all that money is for. So a lot of people, I get a lot of questions in my comments where people say, how do you have all that money in your overflow binder? This is how it starts, guys. So it starts with this. It starts with you filling it up yourself. So as you guys saw, I started from legit scratch. There was nothing in here, and now I have a full bank basically. So you would take this money, put it somewhere safe, guys. I got a comment the last time I posted a video, and she was like, I hope you don't get robbed. Girl, thanks. The amount of money that you guys keep in here is completely up to you. You can stop at 5, you can stop at 1,000, you can stop at 2. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. It's going to be in your home. Just be smart about it, be safe about it. So that is how the overflow binder works in a cash condensing situation. I hope this helps for you guys. Let me answer some questions that I have. So the biggest question that I have when I'm using my overflow binder is the famous high yield savings. So a high yield savings, for those who don't know what it is, a high yield savings is a bank account. It's a savings account that you deposit money into, and over time it accrues interest, right? So it grows throughout time. So you're assigned a certain percentage, and your money doubles or triples over time. And with those high yield savings comes fees. So the overflow binder, a lot of people say because you're putting the money in here, you're missing out on a high yield savings. No, I don't think so. I know it's an unpopular opinion. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, and that's okay. Bring it. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. So to me, a high yield savings, I do have a high yield savings. So I just want to put that out there. I do have a high yield savings. This money that's in here, completely separate from my high yield savings. My high yield savings is for me to buy a house one day, or to buy a car one day, or to do whatever I want one day in the future. That money is future money, okay? This money is temporary money. So high yield savings account money is money you never ever take out until you're ready to. So if I were to put this money in the high yield savings, the amount of times that I would have to withdraw, I would have penalties up the butt if I did that. So, and that depends on what bank you have. If you have like unlimited withdrawals, that's yours bank. I don't have that bank. I can only withdraw, I think, like once every like 2 months or something, like, or even, I don't even know. I have to look into that. But and there is a fee if you do withdraw. If you withdraw too many times, you can deposit obviously as many times as you want, but withdrawal, there is fees. So, if I were to go in here and say, I'm gonna go buy some jeans because I'm all out of jeans or whatever, there's $300 in here. I can't go to my high yield savings and pull out the $300 and use that, or I can't use my debit card and transfer over the money from my high yield savings. I'll get penalized for that. So that's where this comes in. This money is completely separate from a high yield savings. I know, again, this is an unpopular opinion, but if you have a high yield savings, I would recommend just to use that money for something in the future. Do not withdraw as many times as you want from a high yield savings, and oh, penalties don't matter. They do matter, guys, and that they keep track of all that stuff, and you don't want to have your account closed because obviously you have too many penalties. But again, I could be wrong about all this. I may be just talking out of my butt, but from the last time that I checked and I asked a bunch of questions at the bank, that's kind of how it works. So this is my own personal bank. And what works great about this is I can also make change from this too. So if I have, let's say, $100 in another binder where I'm like, oh, I need change really quickly, you can always come in here and just swap out change. There's no need to go to whatever store and ask, do you take hundreds or do you take 50? You have it here. There's no need for all of that. So I hope that answers the question of the high yield savings. I know, again, it's an unpopular opinion. I might get a lot of hate for it. I might not, but I do get that question a lot, is if I have a high yield savings, or why don't I put this money in a high yield savings? But that's the reason why, guys, because I'm constantly pulling out of this book. So when this book gets really, really full, you guys have seen it on my channel where it gets like this, and it's huge because it turns into a hamburger because of all the bills I have in it. So when I go into another binder and I need to make change or whatever, it slowly goes back to normal because that's how often I'm pulling out of this binder. I can't do that with my high yield savings. They will basically probably close my account or charge me every single time I want to go in there or make a transfer or this and that. Yeah, I can't do that with the high yield savings. High yield savings to me it's sacred. You don't touch that. No, yeah, you don't touch that. That is for emergencies only, or until I'm ready to buy a house. That's what I'm using it for, guys. If I'm honest, I'm trying to buy a house. So that's what it's for. So we don't touch that ever. And if we did, we better have a really good reason to do that. So that is why, guys, I have in my other binders, so these are my real binders, I have like a unexpected expenses envelope. I have a buffer envelope. So that way I don't reach into my savings. I know I'm going on a rant here. I just hope, it's not coming off wrong, or it's not coming off like rare, because I'm not trying to come off like that at all. I just think I get this question so many times, and I feel like, sorry, there was a hair in the camera. I get this question a lot. So I hope that answers your question regarding the high yield savings. Yeah, guys, this is just my bank. This is my portable bank. I use it all the time. It's always with me. It's safe here in my home. It should be safe in your home. I don't know if you guys saw the other video where I said put it in the oven. I didn't mean to say that. I was just looking around my kitchen and I just saw the oven and I said it. Don't put it in your oven. Do not fucking put it in your oven. I mean, unless you put shit in your oven, I mean, that's fine too. Don't put that shit in your oven. Shit will burn and that's money. That is it, guys. That is how you cash condense using the Overflow binder. I hope I did a good job explaining this. I'm not sure if I did. I was very nervous starting off this video. I hope I explained it correctly. I'm trying to think back if I really explained it well, and I genuinely hope I did. So guys, this is part 2 of the video. Yesterday I filmed how to cash condense using the Overflow binder. I used like an example binder. It is the next day, and right now it is around midnight. I'm gonna show you guys what I do sometimes. This is actual real life. Sometimes I wake up and we got paid and I either don't have time to go to the bank, I don't want to go to the bank, but I'll show you guys how to cash stuff using your Overflow binder without having to go to the bank. It's great. So literally, guys, it's midnight. I do this sometimes where I just start filming a video. I am not lying to you guys. I literally have my setup. There's my ring light. Yes, those are my birthday balloons. And that is the wrong time, just so you guys know. That clock is broken. My Halloween decorations are still up. Don't come at me in the comments, please. Leave me alone. Leave me be. I love Halloween. I know Christmas is coming. We'll figure it out. Anyway, but yes, I will walk you guys over and show you guys that, I'm not lying. I was actually filming and I figured this is my filming station. I figured I will, let me not show you my dirty kitchen. I will record how you guys can cash stuff using your Overflow binder. I hope you guys like it. All right, guys, I just put my uniform on. You just saw me in my PJs. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys how to cash stuff using the Overflow binder. So I have this. This may look familiar to some of you guys. This is a teller slip. Usually by this time when I start cash stuffing, and it's one of those days where I just didn't go to the bank. I don't have time to go to the bank. I don't know what time it is right now. I think it's like midnight or something like that. It's super late and obviously the banks aren't open. So using my Overflow binder, by the time I usually do something like this, my Overflow binder looks like this. It's super packed. You guys have seen in my previous videos. You guys can look up at any of my other videos. That's why I call it a hamburger, because it's always so condensed, and you guys always recommended me switching over to an A5 because of how condensed it got. It's usually condensed with 5s, 10s, and 20s, sometimes 1s, but that's where this comes into play. So for the sake of the video, we're gonna kind of pretend that this is really, really huge and it's taking up mainly a lot of this space, like the beginning, the smaller bills. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this money to cash stuff. Now, I know it seems weird that I'm cash stuffing with the money I just condensed, but this is how you condense your Overflow binder. So this happens maybe like once every 3 months, once every 2 months. I don't know how often you guys fill up your Overflow binder, but for me it's not that often because I'm constantly recycling the bills. But this is how you would condense the Overflow binder where you're in need of hundreds. So after I'm done cash stuffing, what I would do is this is the part where I do go to the bank. And again, it doesn't happen often, but I do have to go to the bank. I would go to the ATM. You don't even have to go to the teller. And the 650, I would take out 600s and 150 and then just replenish my Overflow binder. So that way all the 5s, 10s, 20s are gone. They're back in our binders, and now we have hundreds. And then we're ready to cash condense all over again. I hope that makes sense. So we're gonna go ahead and pull out this money so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So it says, so this is where I become my own teller. So for this one, I'm gonna pull out 10 5s, 10 10s, and 10 20s. Usually with my cash stuffing, it's usually a lot more than obviously 10 10 10. It's usually, I'm gonna show you one of my old teller slips. This is literally from the previous cash stuffing I just did. Look how many 10s there are and look how many 20s there are. My Overflow binder usually has that many, so I don't really have to worry about going to the bank. That's how much it's stuffed though. That's how big my Overflow binder usually gets. Got to go to the bank and then I just recycle it. I get the hundreds and then I'm back to having hundreds. Then when it's time to cash condense, there's no problem. There's a bunch of hundreds, there's a bunch of 50s in here, and then it just kind of recycles over and over again. Again, you only go to the bank maybe like once or twice every 2-3 months, depending on how often you cash stuff and how many bills you have at the same time. But I think it's a lot easier going to the ATM and getting a bunch of hundreds than going to the teller. But I mean, to each his own. I think everyone has their own preference. But so we're gonna go ahead and do our denominations really quickly. So 10 5s, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. See, and then it just leaves us with 1 5. So we already emptied 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. I feel like I should have pulled out more. Sorry, it's probably like a bad example. I hope this makes sense for a lot of you. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 9 10. And then for the 50s, we're only pulling out 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6 These bills are like so stiff. Maybe if I put them in, no, they're just like, they don't even want to bend. All right, that is how we do that. We're gonna jump into our binder. And this is usually where a cash planning page comes into hand. Cash planning pages, these are gonna be kind of messy. Granted, I just did a cash stuffing, so I'm so sorry if this is a little messy, but cash planning looks usually something like this, where the categories are on the left, the amount, and then your denominations on the right. So let's just say this is obviously my low priority binder. I'd have a low priority cash planning here, and then you're ready to cash stuff. And you know, being at 2 a.m. and tomorrow all I have to do is go to the bank and pull out $600 in hundreds, I'm good. There's no waiting in line. They're just, I mean, well, maybe if there's a line or whatever. But yeah, you're ready to cash stuff. So going to cash stuffing, let's say family is getting 30. And then yeah, guys, you just start your normal cash stuffing. And again, we're just recycling. So after all this is put away, let's just say we cash stuffed this. It's all good to go. Thank you for joining me for this video, guys. Yada blah blah blah. Video's over. All you have to do tomorrow, remember, go to the bank, or the next day, or the next day after that, whenever you have time, go to the bank, pull out your $600 and put it back into your overflow binder. Then next week you're ready to cash condense. So now we have, let's say we have all these 5s and 10s in here, and the envelopes are looking huge. All you gotta do is go in here, because now you have all those hundreds from that $600 you pulled out. You're gonna go in here and then you start cash condensing. You pull your hundreds out, you pull your 50s out, you pull your trackers out, and then the video starts all over and we start cash condensing. So that's how I use my overflow binder. I really hope this helped some of you. If you still have questions, please leave them down below. I'm gonna remove this binder just because of the glare. I'll put it right here. Yeah, if you guys still have, oh my God, there's a glare everywhere. If you guys still have questions, let me know down in the comments below. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I really hope I explained it correctly in the beginning. I felt like I was kind of everywhere. I was very nervous making this video because I didn't think I was gonna explain it correctly. And I didn't wanna come off like, you know, rude. But again, disclaimer, this is just the way I do things. Other cash stuffers may do it differently, and how they do it is completely fine. Everyone does things their own way, and that is perfectly fine. I am no way, shape, or form saying their way is wrong, my way is right. I'm not saying that at all. You choose the way you want to cash condense. You choose how you want to put away your money. You choose how you want to do things, guys. You don't have to listen to me. But with all of that being said, my overflow binder is available on my website if you guys are interested. Again, guys, you don't have to purchase from my website. I want to make that clear. You can make your own overflow binder by using something. If you're looking for like a cheaper alternative, Walmart has those accordion file kind of folders. All you have to do is label them and just start like that. If you're wanting to save for an overflow binder, you can make this yourself. You just got to get yourself a binder. It can even be one of these binders. You don't necessarily have to use a clear one. And then you just get yourself a bunch of these A6 zippers and just print out some trackers. And mine are laminated, so they are reusable. You just purchase them one time and you just use alcohol to remove it. You do things the way you want to do. If you don't want a reusable one, you can make these really easily. Just kind of print them out, laminate them. If you're someone that doesn't have patience and does not want to make this on your own, the link is in the description box. I got you. I will make it for you and I will ship it to you. You just got to purchase it. When you do purchase one like this off my shop, it comes with the binder. It comes with one dashboard. I had a couple of questions on that. Why does mine have two? So mine has two. I just added this one. This one's also available on my shop. I added this one because I like that you can kind of see through it. It's just a vellum overlay. And they come with 6 pouches and 6 of these vellum inserts. My vellum inserts, just, you know, a little disclaimer, they're kind of messed up. I've had them for a long time, or some of them are ones that I've messed up doing orders and I don't want to throw them away. So as you can see, this one I folded it on accident, but this is what they look like. They're just inserts. They go up here, and I did this because I didn't want to write on the bag, because if you want to use these bags for something else, you know, that's completely up to you. I don't control your life. If you cash stuff a lot and you have way too many bills, the A5 Overflow binder is also available. This is the size difference. Sorry, I'm so sorry about the glare. This is what it looks like. It's a lot bigger. I am currently using this one because I feel like I have no more room in my binder. This is what it looks like. So same dashboards. I didn't want to make it complicated. You don't even have to get, I do offer these binders without the dashboard. If you don't like the dashboard, that's fine. Just purchase it without the dashboard. Again, if you don't have to purchase one off my website either, you can make this at home. You just have to, if you want an A5 binder. That's what these are called, an A5. So it's the same concept. $1 bills, $5 bills, $10 bills, 20s, 50s, 100s, and it does come with the trackers. I was using my A6, so these are my A6. These are what represents what's currently in my binders right now. But these are the A5 Overflow trackers. They're the exact same thing, guys. Exact same thing. It's just a bigger version. Sorry for the glare. And the inserts are the exact same. I will show you what they look like. There we go. They're matte. They're very sturdy, so they don't get ruined fairly easily. With these ones, you don't necessarily have to bend it to get in there. I will do this as best as I can because I have a sweater on and there's bills in here, but it just slides right in. So if these bills weren't in the way, obviously it would go all the way down, but because they are in the way, but you'll see how it just slides right in and out. You don't have to bend it to get it into the actual pouch. It's the same thing for the A6. They slide in and out. You don't have to bend them to get them in. The only thing you have to bend are possibly the bills. These bills are so fake, I swear, they just don't bend. But you probably just have to bend the bills. Obviously with the A5, you do not. They slide right in, and that's it. It does have more room, obviously, than the A6. I actually really like my A5. In the beginning, I was kind of fighting it because, you know, I really like my A6, my hamburger, but this one I call the quesadilla because it's a little flatter. You can already see in the front, this is where the bills kind of pile up in the front. So I'm really glad that they can kind of spread out and they have their own space. But the quesadilla is my new favorite. I love it. These will be available on my shop. They've been available for a while now. The link is down in the description bar. These are available in black, white, and gold. I'll put the pictures up here. That way you guys can see them. I really hope I answered a lot of your questions regarding the Overflow binder. If I didn't answer your question and you still had some questions, please let me know. I want to make it very easy and simple for everybody to follow along. Yeah, but if I missed anything that you guys want to know, please let me know down below. Other than that, I really hope that this method works for you guys. If it doesn't work for you guys, I'm so sorry. I hope you find something that works for you, or if you have something that works for you, great. Thank you guys for joining me for this video. I know it was a long one. I tried to make it as short as possible. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys getting all the way to the end of the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Maybe I should wear black for this one. Kind of digging the white, but yeah, maybe I should wear black. Well, because I'm holding a black binder. What's the vibe? Black or white? Do we want to wear black? Oh, the black kind of looks nice. Or the white. The white line is distracting me. I'm wearing PJs, guys, just so you know. It's like 2 a.m. I'm wearing pajamas. All right, guys. Is black the vibe? Ooh, it looks so good. Oh, my monkey scream. All right. I think my phone is upside down. The monitor is upside down. Bear with me, guys. My monitor is upside down. And we're going to leave it like that. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another video. No, that sounded so fake. You sound like a fake bitch. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. You got this, Nadine. Don't be nervous, don't be nervous, don't be nervous. Why am I so nervous? Okay, all right, here we go. Hi, everyone.